Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Innovation Podcast, your source for all things innovation. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Akshay Bhargava on the line. He's Chief Product Officer over at Malwarebytes. Akshay, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Adam. It's great to be here and talking to your listeners.
Oh, man. So today's topic, you are the guy that I want on the line talking about this one. So how to beat coronavirus scams. So we're going to go into that. But before we do, let's go a little bit further into what you're doing over at Malwarebytes. I mean, tell us a little bit more about the company, please.
Absolutely. So Malwarebytes is a cybersecurity company, and our goal is to keep everyone safe in a digital world. So that includes consumers, enterprises, they all rely on us. Whether you have devices that you want to secure, whether you're using a Wi-Fi, and also you want to protect your privacy or data, the bad guys are out there, so help you protect you from that. And this is especially important these days, more than ever, because we see lots of viruses with the whole work from home situation. And during this pandemic, people are working from home and are increasingly relying on Malwarebytes to stay safe.
Man, I think that's also a great transition. So how to beat corona virus scams. I mean, where do you want to start with this one?
Maybe I think the best place to start, Adam, is maybe first of all, just let listeners know that unfortunately, coronavirus scams are on the rise. They're rising really rapidly. In fact, just recently, the Federal Trade Commission shared that they've received over 14,000 reports of COVID-19 scams. There's been over 10 million. Imagine that. And not only that, there's over $10 million of money that's been taken away from these scams. So it's a bad situation out there, and I want listeners to be aware of that. There's thousands of COVID-19 scam domains being registered every day. You got scam calls that are on the rise. So there's a lot of things going on, and I think people should just be cautious and mindful of what's happening in our environment, especially online.
And so how do people protect themselves? I mean, let's go further with this.
Sure thing. I think there's definitely a few tips that I would give anyone. The same tips I give my family and friends. So 3 things that I think are really important. First of all, you should have a password. You got to password protect your machine. You got to lock your work device, when you're away from it, right? And so that just helps, bad things from happening. Like you don't want your kids to mass email your company. So that's kind of some basic hygiene you want to do. The second thing is, more importantly, you want to get a password manager, right? And so password manager can help you, create strong, complicated passwords that are likely your best defense against identity thieves that are out there. And, you might use a lot of people use simple passwords because they think it's easy to remember. But the reality is those are also the easiest to hack. And so password managers help you remember these complex passwords and help you create new ones to have good password hygiene. So that's the second recommendation I have. And then the third one is you've got to use a reputable cybersecurity program that includes strong website protection, because we see a lot of these website scams, coronavirus scam websites popping up. So you got to use that. And to that point, actually, Adam, one of the things I want to offer the listeners out there is that Malwarebytes, we want to give all of the listeners out here a free 14-day trial of our Malwarebytes premium offering. So give it a try and make sure that you're staying safe.
What, do you have any tips for, give us a little bit more in terms of some of the scams you're seeing? Because the thing is you just have a very unique, you have a unique vantage point because you're in the middle of all this stuff being in the security industry. What kind of things should people be looking out for? Because not everybody knows.
Totally. And so one of the things I would recommend definitely is if you go to the Malwarebytes blog, we've posted a lot of very interesting things about what are some of the scams that are happening. So let me share with you guys an example of a phishing scam that was originally discovered by Malwarebytes. So the scam poses to be from the World Health Organization, WHO, and it sends an email with a fake ebook attached, something to the effect of, learn more about coronavirus and its spread. And so a lot of people fall for a scam. They open the ebook, and what it does is it drops a Trojan on your computer that spies on you. So that's an example of a scam that's real, that's out there. And I think you can imagine, just in today's world with people, very curious to learn about what's happening with the virus, that this is a highly clickable content and is infecting a lot of people.
Wow, that's you just blew my mind with that one, Akshay, because I feel like there's a lot of people that are out there that are, we click on things you want to learn, you don't know. Maybe somebody put you on an email list or something else, and you're like, oh, this is like, do I know this person? You know what I mean? Like, you don't really know. You get so much data. So I can see somebody like clicking on that one and not even thinking about it twice. Like just thinking,
exactly.
Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a catchy. It's something that's very much on people's mind. And, everyone I talk to, they want to learn more about what's happening with the virus. So it's very attractive, and that's how they get so many people to get infected.
How has the current work from home situation made life different over at Malwarebytes?
What's interesting is, Malwarebytes, it has made a big difference. But one thing I will say is Malwarebytes as a company, we're entirely work from home, as I'm sure a lot of people can probably relate to. One of the things that we're fortunate at Malwarebytes is we have multiple geographies. So we invested, early on to get effective at working remotely with our different teams. And so, one of the things that, it has been a big transition, but I think that the investments that we made early on helped us to at least be prepared so that we could continue with business continuity as we did move to the work from home situation. But I think right now the real focus is make sure that our employees are safe, our customers are safe, our partners are safe. And so that's been our transition. I got to say, for me personally, I really do miss, the in-person interaction with my team, with our customers and our partners. But that's the reality of what all of us are dealing with.
No, definitely. So Akshay, final questions, two-part question. Number one, a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, executives listening. You have some of their interest peaked. So what are the types of companies, sizes, or demographic, or industry, or otherwise that are typically a good fit to follow up with Malwarebytes? Because it's typically your number one. Number two, what's the best way for people to reach out and to learn more?
Absolutely. So first of all, I would say that the good news is anybody who's listening to this podcast, I think Malwarebytes has something for you, because Malwarebytes, we have consumer offerings that, to protect consumers and your devices, your personal devices, your family devices, provide you with privacy and next generation antivirus. We also have solutions for enterprises. So whether you're a small, medium business or a large enterprise, I think you guys know that protecting your endpoints is of paramount importance, especially in today's day and age, as I talked about some of these scams. So making sure that you have a next generation antivirus and a technology that we call endpoint detection and response, that does really powerful things. Like if you get hit with ransomware, which is one of the worst attacks I've seen, we provide a product where you can literally click a button and do something we call ransomware rollback. You can go back to a good state and not have to pay that ransom. So that's really important. So I really encourage anyone who's interested in our consumer or enterprise offerings to go to our website, www.malwarebytes.com, to learn more. And for those of you that want to take advantage of the free trial that I had mentioned earlier, you can go to www.malwarebytes.com/trial to get your free 14-day trial of Malwarebytes Premium, which is our consumer next-gen antivirus product. So hope you guys go out there and give it a try.
Fantastic. Well, Akshay, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about all the great work you're doing over at Malwarebytes to keep people safe and to keep their businesses safe. And also, thank you for all the tips over on how to beat the coronavirus scams, because that's just terrible, man. That just hurts my heart to hear $10 million scammed already, all new scams happening all the time, these Trojans, all this stuff is just terrible. So, but that being said, we know it's out there now, and if you're listening to this for the first time and you weren't really aware this stuff's going on, I highly encourage you to go and check out Malwarebytes and to check out their free limited time offer there to get the 14 days to see if it works out for you. And to the listeners also, if this is your first time listening, don't forget hit the subscribe button. But also, if you're watching our YouTube video on Mission Matters Innovation, definitely give us a subscribe there, and also leave us some comments on the video. I mean, love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Akshay, thanks again for coming on the show.